My stepson snubbed me at his wedding, stole from my bakery, jailed, lost it all. I rebuilt with Jenna, turned Crumbs into my true home. I'm Liam Carter, 52, and I've poured my soul into Carter's Crumbs, a little Portland gem I started from a single oven in my garage. Picture it, weathered wooden tables, chalkboard menus, the kind of place where locals linger over coffee and crumbly scones. Been married to my wife, Jenna, for over 2 decades. She walked into my life with a 4-year-old firecracker named Owen, all wide blue eyes and sticky fingers tugging at my heartstrings. Jenna was a single mom then, a barista with a tired smile and a story she laid bare from the start. Owen's biological dad, Travis, was a ghost, breezing in with cheap toys and big talk, then vanishing into thin air. Jenna told me straight up, "He's unreliable. Owen's my everything." I nodded, signed up for the ride, no looking back. First time I met Owen, he was at the park, chucking a soggy peanut butter sandwich at pigeons, his giggle bouncing off the trees. I handed him a warm chocolate chip cookie from a batch I'd been tweaking. His eyes lit up. "You're cool." And that was it. I was hooked. It wasn't instant love, more like dough rising slow and steady. I taught him to knead bread, his tiny hands sinking into the flour, giggling when it puffed up in his face. Nights he'd wake up screaming from bad dreams. I'd perch on his bed, humming off-key, till his breathing softened. School plays? I was there, front row, clapping like a fool even when he flubbed his lines as a talking shrub. Travis. Barely a blip. Birthday calls promising camping trips that never happened. Owen's tears when those promises crumbled? I dried them every single time. Years stacked up like layers in a cake. Carter's Crumbs grew from a dream to a bustling spot, locals lining up for my sourdough. Owen started calling me Dad. No qualifiers, just pure, and it sank deep into my bones. I didn't try to erase Travis, left that door ajar, but I was the one showing up. Middle school, he'd doodle bakery logos on napkins, flour smudged on his cheeks. High school, we'd burn midnight oil over algebra and overbaked muffins, laughing through the chaos. "You're my rock, Dad," he'd say, and I'd beam, thinking we'd forged something unbreakable. College came. I shelled out for tuition, his dorm, even gas for his rattling old Honda. Travis. A few texts. "Proud of you, kid." But nothing real, nothing tangible. Owen graduated, ran to me after the ceremony, eyes wet. "Couldn't have done it without you, Dad." That moment, pure gold. Then Owen, now 26, got engaged to Mia, a barista like his mom, all dimples and kindness. Wedding talk sparked. I pictured walking him down the aisle, a quiet nod to 2 decades of being his anchor. Never said it aloud, but it felt earned. Planning kicked into gear. Owen gushed about the cake I'd designed, the rustic barn venue, the twinkle lights strung like stars. "You're the best, Dad," he'd text, and I'd grin, imagining my place in his big day. I chipped in, venue deposits, his sharp suit, little extras, no strings, just pride in seeing him shine. The bakery hummed along, yeast and sugar in the air, and I thought I'd cemented my spot in his story. The invitation landed one crisp morning. I tore it open, expecting a shout-out, maybe father of the groom, in curly script. Instead, just Liam Carter, tucked among the guest list like an afterthought. Worse, Travis was walking him down the aisle. My stomach twisted. 2 decades of showing up, and I'm benched? I called Owen. "What's this about?" His tone was flat. "Travis is my real dad. Always wanted him for this." "Real dad? I've been here, every milestone." He shrugged. "It's tradition, Liam." "Liam, not dad." Like a slap. Jenna tried to smooth it. "He's figuring stuff out. Don't take it to heart." To heart? It was all heart. Wedding day rolled in. I slipped into a suit I'd had tailored, crisp and hopeful, forced a smile through the knot in my throat. Sat 3rd row, watching Travis, scruffy, swaggering, link arms with Owen. Guests murmured, "Who's that?" Not me, the guy who'd raised him. Reception stung worse. No nod in the speeches, no thanks for the cash I'd dropped. Invisible, like a shadow nobody saw. Owen twirled Mia across the dance floor, Travis soaked up claps, and I nursed a lukewarm soda, chest tight. My cake, golden layers, my recipe, got gasps, but I couldn't taste the victory. Something broke, not loud, but deep. Slipped out before the last dance. No fuss, just gone. Honeymoon pics flooded Instagram. Owen and Mia, toes in Hawaiian sand, cocktails glowing under sunset skies. I scrolled past, couldn't engage. A week later, my phone buzzed, Owen's voice bright. Dad. Hawaii was unreal. Beaches, luau's, Mia's sunburn. I grunted, waiting for the catch. There it was. We overspent, short on cash. Can you help? Casual, like I'd always swoop in. My mind flashed. Travis strutting, my name scrubbed, years of dad tied to a paycheck. Can't, I said, voice even. What? He sputtered. You always do. Ask Travis, he's your dad, right? Silence. Then a week. Okay, and the line went dead. Jenna cornered me that night, flowers still on my hands from a late batch. Liam, that's cold. He's our boy. Our boy? He ditched me wedding day. She frowned. Blood means something to him. Actions mean more to me. I shot back. I've been his rock, college, car, everything. And he picks Travis? She walked off, eyes hard. First crack in our foundation. Owen didn't call again. Jenna muttered Mia was upset. You're abandoning us. Abandoning? Travis vanished. Big surprise. And I'm the villain? Alone in the bakery, rolling dough under dim lights. I replayed it all. Bike lessons, fevered nights, proud hugs. Was dad just a word he tossed when it suited him? It hurt, sharp and raw, but I wasn't budging. Update 2. Monday night. I was alone in the bakery, the air thick with yeast and sugar, rolling out dough under the soft glow of pendant lights. My hands moved on autopilot. Press, fold, press. Mine stuck on Owen's call. Was I too harsh? Maybe. But that wedding sting, sitting third row, watching Travis strut, still burned. The bell above the door jingled, snapping me out of it. Owen stormed in, his old apron slung over his shoulder like nothing had changed. Dad, we need to talk, he said, voice edged with something sharp. Dad again, smooth as butter when he wanted something. I wiped my hands on a towel, flour puffing into the air. What's up? He paced, boots scuffing the worn wood floor. Mia's ticked. Hawaii left us strapped. I need help, please. That same plea, wrapped in urgency. I leaned on the counter, the cool steel grounding me. Told you already. Travis is your guy now. His jaw tightened, eyes flashing. He's gone, Liam. No call, no nothing. Big surprise. Travis flaking was his signature move. Not my mess to fix, I said, keeping my tone even. He glared, stepping closer. You've always bailed me out. Why quit now? Bailed out. I'm not your safety net. Owen, I've got limits. Jenna burst through the door, her coat damp from the drizzle outside. Liam, help him. He's ours. Ours. He threw me away. Wedding day. Owen snapped. Travis begged me. I gave him a shot. A shot? Over me. 2 decades of showing up. He shrugged, casual as ever. Blood's different. Blood. That word hit like a brick. Actions matter more. I fired back, voice rising. College, your car, every scraped knee. I was there, not him. Jenna's eyes welled. Liam, don't punish him. Punish? He punished me. Owen huffed. Fine. Keep your precious bakery. I'll sort it myself. He stomped out, Jenna trailing, her disappointed glance slicing deeper than words. The bakery fell quiet. Too quiet. My chest aching like I'd lost something I couldn't name. Tuesday morning, the bakery buzzed with early risers, locals sipping coffee, kids smearing jam on their cheeks. I plated scones, forcing smiles, but my mind churned. Then the twist hit. My buddy Nate, a regular with a knack for gossip, slid onto a stool at the counter, his usual grin replaced by a frown. Heard something about Owen, he said, voice low, leaning in so the chatter wouldn't carry. I paused, butter knife hovering over a croissant. What did he do? Nate glanced around, then spilled. Caught him at a bar last night, bragging he's selling your recipes online. Said he's got a deal lined up, big cash. My gut dropped. Selling my recipes? The crumb cake with its secret spice blend, the sourdough I'd perfected over years. Those were mine, taught to him in this very kitchen, flour on our hands, laughter in the air. When he say this? I asked, voice tight. Late, after a few beers. Said, Liam's out, my payout. Payout. My legacy. Those late nights tweaking batches, the pride in every bite. Reduced to his quick buck? I gripped the counter, knuckles white. He wouldn't. Nate shrugged. He's got a side up. Owen's Bakes. Looks like your stuff, tweaked just enough. A site? My recipes, my soul, stolen and slapped online? I felt the air suck out of the room, the chatter fading to a dull hum. I grabbed my phone, hands shaking, not from fear, but fury, and called Jenna. Owen's selling my recipes. Know about this? Her pause was too long. He mentioned a side thing. To cover debts. Debts? My work, my sweat, for his mess. She stammered. He's desperate, Liam. Desperate. $20 bills didn't justify this. He's crossing a line. I snapped, hanging up before she could soften it. Nate watched, eyes wide. Heard he's meeting someone tonight. Pushing the deal. Tonight? My blood boiled. Years of trust, kneading side by side, crumbling like stale bread. Wednesday hit hard. I opened the bakery at dawn, the sky still gray, Portland's mist clinging to the windows. Customers trickled in, old Mrs. Harper raving about my cinnamon twists, a kid begging for extra sprinkles. But I was on autopilot, mind racing. Owen's betrayal wasn't just about money. It was personal, a knife in the bond I'd thought was ironclad. Mid-morning, he waltzed in, all swagger, like he owned the place. Dad, rethink that help. I'm in deep, he said, leaning on the counter, casual as if he hadn't just gutted me. I stared, flour dusting my apron. Selling my recipes, really? His face flickered. Caught what? I pulled up Nate's text, shoving the phone under his nose. Bartok. Owen's Bakes. Ring a bell? He blinked, too slow. That's blown out of proportion. Proportion? Your site, my cake. Jenna slipped in behind him, pale. Owen, tell me it's not true. He smirked, shrugging. Business, Mom. Liam's stingy. Stingy? My life's work, your scam. Customers turned, whispers rippling. Mrs. Harper's jaw dropped. I grabbed my phone, posted live. Carter's Crumbs. Owen's stealing my heart. Views surged, shady move. Liam, you're the real deal. Nate texted. He's at the meet now. Pushing it. Pushing it. My rage flared, hot as an oven. Update 3. Thursday dawned gray. Portland's drizzle streaked the bakery windows as I prepped for the big day. The Portland Bake Fest, a sprawling event downtown where bakers strut their stuff. My booth was set, wooden crates stacked with golden loaves, a chalkboard sign reading Carter's Crumbs legacy in swooping letters. I'd poured my soul into this, sourdough with that perfect tang, crumb cake spiced just right, hoping to shine. Doors opened, and the crowd flooded in, locals with steaming coffee, kids tugging parents toward sugary treats. I sliced samples, the knife gliding through dough, handing out bites with a smile. Mrs. Harper, a regular, beamed. Liam, this is heaven. Pride swelled. Maybe I could rise above Owen's mess. Midday, the vibe shifted, heads turned, whispers rippled. Owen swaggered through the crowd, his old apron slung over his shoulder, grin plastered on his face. Liam's recipes, my deal's locked, he announced, loud enough to draw eyes. My stomach lurched. My deal? You stole them, my work. I snapped, voice cutting through the chatter. Buyers, guys in crisp button-ups, frowned, notebooks in hand. Owen leaned in, cocky. I'm Owen's Bakes, Liam's yesterday. Yesterday? My hands kneaded that dough, my heart's in every bite. Mia darted in behind him, cheeks flushed. Liam's selfish. Selfish? I raised him, gave everything. The crowd murmured, some nodded, others stared, popcorn ready. I grabbed my phone, flour smudging the screen, posted live. Carter's Crumbs. Owen's lying. Hashtag bake truth. Views climbed fast. Thief. Liam, stand tall. Jenna slipped through the throng, eyes pleading. Liam, stop. He's desperate. Desperate? He's stabbing me in the back. Owen laughed. Blood's thicker. Travis inspired me. Inspired? Travis flaked every time. Buyers scribbled, tension thick as batter. Mrs. Harper gasped. Owen, how could you? I handed out more samples, hands steady despite the shake inside. My bread spoke louder than his bravado. But his words gnawed, thicker. After all I'd been. Friday morning, the bakery was quiet. Too quiet. The fest buzz still echoing in my head. I shaped rolls, the dough soft under my palms, replaying Owen's smirk. Then the twist hit. Nate slid in, his usual coffee swapped for a tense look. Caught Owen at a diner last night, he said, voice hushed, leaning over the counter. Spilled something big. I paused, dough forgotten. What now? Nate's eyes darted. He's been skimming cash from your books. Years back, college days. Bragged he's got a stash, said, Liam's my bank. My heart stopped. Skimming? How long? Since he was 19. Little bits, hidden smart. Used it for his site. My mind raced. College, when I'd paid his tuition, fixed his car, thought he was just a kid finding his way. Those late-night talks, him sketching logos while I balanced the books. Had he been dipping into my till? Proof. I asked, voice tight. Overheard him. Bank stuff's traceable, Nate said. He's got it tucked away, pushing this deal to cash out big. Cash out. My flour-dusted nights, my trust, funneled into his scam? I sank onto a stool, the bakery spinning, shelves of bread mocking me with their innocence. He's meeting him again, tonight, Nate added. Tonight, my rage flared, hot as a preheated oven. I called Jenna, phone pressed hard to my ear. Owen's been stealing. From us, from here. Her breath caught. What? He said he borrowed. For school. Borrowed. Years, Jenna, my books. She went quiet. He's lost, Liam. I didn't know. Didn't know? The excuse felt thin, but her voice cracked, and I hung up, too raw to argue. The bakery hummed, lunch rush kicking in. Locals chattered about the fest, oblivious to my unraveling. I plated croissants, hands trembling, not fear, but a fire I couldn't douse. Owen wasn't just selling recipes. He'd been bleeding me dry, all while calling me dad. Saturday hit. The fest's final day loomed, a chance to seal my name in Portland's baking scene. I set up early, the booth glowing under string lights, sourdough loaves stacked high, crumb cakes sliced thin, the air sweet with cinnamon. Buyers circled, nodding at my samples. This is gold, Liam. Pride flickered, fragile but real. Then Owen strutted in, bold as ever. Liam, back off. My deal's done. I faced him, proof burning in my pocket, stealing cash. Years of it, caught. The crowd hushed. Jenna slipped in, pale. Owen, truth. He smirked, jealous, old-timer. Old-timer? Bank trails, your scam. Buyers gasped. Mrs. Harper clutched her coffee. Shame on you. Mia teared. Liam, stop. He's family. Family. He drained us. Travis called, voice crackling through my phone. Liam, ease up. He's mine. Yours? He robbed me. Buyers backed off, muttering. Nate texted, Sue, rock-solid case. Owen laughed. Good luck. The fest buzzed, my booth a battleground. Should I sue or let him crash? Update 4. Sunday morning broke soft. Portland's fog hugged the streets as I opened Carter's Crumbs, the scent of fresh dough rising like a promise. I shaped loaves, hands sinking into the familiar give, but my chest was tight. Owen's smirk at the fest haunted me. Then Nate burst in, his usual calm swapped for a wild grin. Owen's done. Cops nabbed him last night. My rolling pin froze mid-turn. What? Fraud. Theft. Caught him at the diner, mid-deal. Heart racing, jail? Yep. Buyer flipped, spilled it all. I sank onto a stool, flour dusting my jeans. Justice, finally, but it didn't feel sweet yet. Monday hit. The bakery buzzed with regulars, their chatter a low hum as I plated scones. My phone rang. Jenna, voice shaky. Liam, it's true. Owen's locked up. I gripped the counter. Told you. He stole from us. She paused. I didn't see it, sorry. Sorry. Too late. But her tone cracked, raw. Bakery's mine now, I said firm. She sighed. It should be. I hung up, the weight of her words sinking in. First time she hadn't fought me. Midday, Nate texted. Court's tomorrow. Your proof's airtight. Proof. Bank trails, his fake site. Owen's house of cards was tumbling. Tuesday dawned crisp. The courthouse loomed downtown, all gray stone and stern windows. I walked in, suit pressed but heart pounding, bakery apron swapped for something sharper. The room was packed, locals I recognized, their eyes flicking between me and Owen, cuffed in an orange jumpsuit. He smirked. Liam's bitter. Same old bravado. Nate stepped up. Years of theft. Bank records don't lie. I stood, voice steady. My recipes, my trust. He took it all. The judge leaned forward. Evidence. Nate slid over files, texts, logs. Gasps rippled. Mia teared. Liam, mercy. Mercy? He gutted me. Jenna whispered. Owen, why? He shrugged. Business. Liam's weak. The judge's gavel cracked. Guilty, jail time, restitution to me. Owen's smirk faded as they let him out. Jenna sobbed. Mia glared, but I felt hollow. Walked out into the drizzle, Nate clapping my back. You're free, man. Free. Yet the bakery waited, my only steady ground. Posted online, Carter's Crumbs, justice served. Fans cheered, Owen's toast. Liam, you're a rock. But that night, alone with a cold coffee, I replayed it. 2 decades, kneading side by side, gone sour. Hurt lingered, a bruise I couldn't knead out. Wednesday brought the twist. Bakery hummed, dawn lights spilling over the counters as I prepped dough. Nate slid in, eyes wide. Jenna's flipping. Heard her at a cafe, done with Owen. Flipping? What did she say? Told Mia, Liam's right. Owen's selfish, used us both. My jaw dropped. Jenna, my defender-in-chief, turning? I called her, you're done with him? Her voice trembled. Saw it at court. He didn't care, Liam. I've been blind, sorry. Sorry again. $20 bills couldn't fix this, but her shift hit hard. He's lost us, she added. Lost us. Words I'd waited for, yet they stung. I leaned on the counter, dough forgotten. Jenna's loyalty had always been Owen's shield, even when he shoved me aside. Now, cracked wide open. Nate grinned. His sight's dead. Buyers bailed. Dead. My recipe's safe. Carter's Crumbs mine alone. Bakery's thriving, he said. Thriving. Locals streamed in, raving about my bread, oblivious to the storm. I plated a croissant, hands steady, pride flickered, but Jenna's words echoed. Fix us, she texted later. Fix us. After years of her picking him? I didn't reply. Not yet. Thursday unfolded soft. Portland's clouds parted, sunlight glinting off the bakery's chalkboard. I opened early, the rhythm of baking soothing my frayed edges. Knead, shape, bake. Mrs. Harper shuffled in. Heard about Owen, shameful. I nodded, sliding her a scone. It's done. She patted my hand. You're the good one, Liam. Good. Felt fragile, but her smile warmed me. Mid-morning, Jenna appeared. No apron, just a coat and tired eyes. Liam, she started, voice low. I failed you. Wedding, all of it. Can we try? Try. My heart tugged, but trust was a cracked loaf, not easily mended. Owen picked Travis. You backed him, I said, flour dusting my fingers. She teared. I thought blood mattered. He proved me wrong. Wrong. 2 decades, and she'd missed it? Prove it. I said, not cold, but firm. She nodded. I will. She stayed. Helped with dishes, silent but there. First step, shaky but real. Bakery thrived. Locals packed the tables. Kids smearing jam. Life pulsing through the walls. Posted, Carter's Crumbs, my fight, my peace. Fans rallied. Jenna's waking up. Liam, you're enough. Owen's voice, jail calls begging, went unanswered. Should I sue for more or rebuild with her? Update 5. Friday dawned bright. Portland's sky peeled back its clouds. Sunlight spilling over the bakery's weathered brick. I opened early, the bell jingling as locals shuffled in. Mrs. Harper with her usual scone order. Kids tugging at parents for extra cookies. I shaped dough, the familiar rhythm soothing my jagged edges. Knead, fold, rest. Jenna slipped in mid-morning. No fanfare, just a quiet presence in a faded sweater. Liam, she said, voice soft. I'm here, really here. Here. After years of her shielding Owen, it felt like a threadbare promise. Prove it, I told her, and she nodded, grabbing a sponge, scrubbing counters, silent but steady. My chest tugged. Hope, maybe, but trust was a slow bake. The bakery hummed, tables packed, laughter bouncing off the walls, the air thick with cinnamon and yeast. Mrs. Harper leaned over, heard Owen's locked up. Good riddance. I slid her a scone. It's over. She winked. You're the soul here, Liam. Soul. Her words stuck. A balm on the bruise Owen left. Jenna stayed through lunch, plating pastries, her hands brushing mine as we worked. First time in months we'd shared space without a fight. I was wrong, she said later, wiping flour off her cheek. Wedding, everything, I chose blind. Blind. 2 decades, and she'd missed me standing there? Keep showing me. I said, not harsh, but real. She nodded. I will. Saturday unfolded gentle. The bakery glowed under morning light. Chalkboard specials scrawled in my messy script. I baked extra, sourdough, crumb cake. Locals raved. Liam, you're back. Back. Felt true, like I'd reclaimed my own skin. Jenna stuck around, brewing coffee, chatting with regulars. Mrs. Harper grinned. She's trying, huh? Trying. Yeah, but trust was a cracked crust, not quick to heal. Midday, Nate swung by, his usual grin wide. Owen's site's gone. Shut down. Buyers bailed. Gone. My recipe's safe. Carter's Crumbs mine alone. He's quiet in there, Nate added. No calls, no noise. Quiet. Owen's absence was a weight lifting, slow but sure. That afternoon, a letter slid under the bakery door. Jail postmark, Owen's scrawl. I hesitated, the paper rough under my fingers. Jenna watched, eyes tense. Read it, she said, voice low. I tore it open. Dad, I messed up. Hurt you, Mom, everyone. I'm sorry, can we talk? Sorry, $20 bills couldn't buy that back, but his words hit soft, a crack in his old swagger. He's reaching, Jenna said, hopeful. Maybe he's changed. Changed. He stole. Years of it. I replied, folding the letter. I'm not ready. She nodded. Your call. My call. First time she'd let me lead without pushing. I tucked it away. Later, maybe, but not now. Sunday came soft. Portland's drizzle returned, misting the windows as I opened Carter's Crumbs. The bakery thrummed. Locals lingered over coffee. Kids smeared jam on their shirts. Life pulsing through every corner. Jenna arrived, apron on. No words, just work, side by side. We kneaded dough, her hands steady next to mine. Quiet harmony, fragile but growing. I missed this, she said, breaking the silence. Us here. Us. My throat tightened. Memories of early days flashing. Her pouring coffee. Me baking. Owen doodling on napkins. Me too. I admitted, voice rough. But it's different now. She met my eyes. Better, if we let it. Mid-morning, Mia showed up. First time since court. Her barista apron swapped for a nervous hunch. Liam, she started, voice small. I'm sorry, Owen dragged me in. We're broke, but that's on us. Broke. Her eyes were red, but I felt no sting. You picked him, I said, not cold, but clear, hope he's worth it. She teared, he wasn't. I see that. See that. Too late, but her regret was hers to carry. Jenna stepped in. Give her grace, Liam. She's lost too. Grace. $20 bills didn't buy my forgiveness, but I nodded. Take care, Mia. She left, head low. Jenna squeezed my hand, a silent thanks. Monday rolled in. The bakery glowed, dawn painting the walls gold. I baked big, new recipes, twists on old favorites. Locals packed the place. Liam, this is magic. Magic, pride swelled, steady and warm. Jenna stayed, running the register, her laugh mingling with the chatter. First time in years it felt natural. Nate popped in. Heard Travis called Mia. Promised help, then ghosted. Ghosted, classic Travis, leaving wreckage. Owen's alone now, he added. No one's bailing him out. Alone, $20 bills couldn't fix that, and I didn't ache like I used to. That night, Jenna and I sat in the bakery after close. Lights dim, coffee cooling between us. I chose wrong, she said, eyes locked on mine. Owen over you, biggest mistake. Mistake. Her honesty cut, but it healed too. I'm here, I said, but it's on us now, know him. She nodded, just us. Just us. 2 decades, cracked and remade, felt possible. Posted online, Carter's Crumbs, my peace, my home. Fans cheered, Jenna's back. Liam, you're enough. Owen's letter sat unanswered. Forgive someday, maybe, but not today. Tuesday bloomed. The bakery thrummed, Portland's spring peeking through the mist. I opened early, dough rising under my hands. New day, new rhythm. Jenna joined, her apron dusted with flour. We baked, laughed, rebuilt. Locals raved. Best yet, Liam. Mrs. Harper winked. Family's whole again. Whole. $20 bills didn't define it, but this did. Nate texted. Owen's out in a year. Quiet now. Quiet. His shadow faded. My light grew. You're the soul, Jenna said, her hand on mine. Always were. Always. Heartful, I believed it. Wednesday sealed it. Carter's Crumbs glowed, packed with life. Kids giggling, coffee steaming, bread breaking. Jenna and I worked seamless. Her pouring, me plating. Home, real and raw. I love this, she said. I soft. You us here. Love. $20 bills couldn't touch it, and I felt it back. Posted, Carter's Crumbs. My heart, my win. Fans roared, Liam legend. Family's true.